Good morning, all you beautiful light beings out there. We want to welcome you to the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte. I am your host, Horace. And if this is your first time, we want you to know that we are so delighted that you have chosen to join us today. We are extremely grateful for this opportunity to touch so many lives, whether you're on Facebook or Zoom or meetup. We're going to be talking more about that, all the ways you can connect with us. But whatever way you're connecting with us right now, we are just so happy that you're here joining us. And we want you to know that you can share all the wonderful happenings that is occurring here at CSO Charlotte by going to our website, cslcharlotte.org. You can put in a prayer request. We're going to tell you more about the details of that later on. And you can subscribe. We add to our recordings to our website each and every week. So let me tell you about who we are. The Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte is a new thought community living in ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. Now, this science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Ernest Holmes. Now, Dr. Holmes was a man on a mission. He studied truths from all of the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths. Holmes developed a fresh new way for all of us to look at ourselves and how we fit into this world of ours. So at CSO Charlotte, we want you to know that every philosophy is honored, along with every race, sexual orientation, and physical distinction. We also want you to know that this is a diverse, open, and affirmative community. And there are many paths to the divine. There are many things we can call it. We can call it God, peace, love, spirit, truth, infinite mind. But whatever you call it, we just want you to know that this is your power that resonates within you. You do not have to leave your philosophy or nature of knowledge. You can join us anytime because we recognize and refer to many of the Holy Scriptures, such as the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Bhagavad Gita, and that's just to name only a few. So our vision statement here at CSO Charlotte is to continue a spiritual community, creating and preparing a succession of future leaders who can fully integrate, teach, and expose the science of mind, principles, messages, and practices that strengthen the mind, body, and spirit of each and every individual. So one of our aims is to create a high collective consciousness for everyone in this community. We teach everyone the tools to do just that. So come and join us if you want to know more about these tools as we meet every Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And there we actually go deeper into the tools that we actually going to just give you a little tease of today. So if you want to find out more about the consciousness meeting on Tuesday, just stick around. You're going to hear more details about that when we get to our opportunities and announcements. So we want you to just sit back and relax, welcome everyone, enjoy our service as we celebrate this powerful being which lives within each and every one of us. So now, before I pass the mic over to our fabulous, illustrious leader, I want to leave you with this thought. You are not limited to the body, to the mind, or even to this reality. However, what we want you to know that you are a limitless ocean of consciousness imbued with the infinite potential that is you. And so that is from Joseph P. Kaufman. And with that thought, I'm going to turn it over to our fearless, awesome leader, Reverend Rosedale.
Well. Thank you so much, Horace the Bush. So You are our fabulous MC today, and our reader, and our operations coordinator. Boy, oh boy, you got a big plate today. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So, welcome everyone to Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte. We are the Mind Body Spirit Center. And what we do when we welcome people to it on our Sundays, we basically open up first with this beautiful thing called spiritual mind treatment, or affirmative prayer. But today, we're all about awakening to our limitless possibilities. So, first on our platform, opening us up with this affirmative prayer is going to be our spiritual practitioner, Maureen Thurston, aka Mo, and she's out in Colorado. So let's educate ourselves today in awakening to our limitless potential. And let's hear if Mo's prayer indicates that she is awakening to her limitless potentials. So I want you to think about, if you want to know what more about that, what does it mean to me? So if you want that, if you would like to know about awakening to your limitless potential, put in a prayer request. Just go over to our website. If you're on YouTube right now, just go in there right now and subscribe and request a prayer just to start awakening to your limitless possibilities, and read it every day. So now, here's the thing. You do have to put in that prayer request and recognize this person that's going to open us up, Mo, is about to do our prayer, but she's the same person that once she gets your request, you're going to actually get one back in your inbox. So, as I always say, if you did not get a prayer from Mo, you did not put in a prayer request. So, Mo, let it rip.
Okay, thank you, Reverend Rosedale. So as we take this quick moment again to just settle in to where we are, and to open our hearts and open our minds, and to listen to the amazing message that Reverend Rosedale is going to impart with us today. I know that there are always pearls of wisdom in everything that she says. And there is always something that touches me close to the heart. So as I claim this for me, I also claim this for everyone attending this service here today. I know that we take from this amazing message what is ours to hear. It lightens our life, it enriches our life, and it is done with such an ease and a grace. For Reverend Rosedale always comes from that place of heart. So as I release this and I let it go, I know that this service is blessed. I know that each and every one of us are filled with the light and the love that Reverend Rosedale imparts with us for here today. I release, I let go, I let God, and I call this service open, loving, and absolutely amazing. And so it is.
And so it is. Beautiful. Wow. So next on our platform is Horace DeBush. Horace is our operations coordinator. He's also the person who will definitely make sure everything runs in here, even if he has to do it himself. So he's actually here from Charlotte, North Carolina. So he's one who I can see is awakening to his limitless potential. But you'll hear it in his reading as well. In fact, Horace gives many people here at CSL Charlotte the opportunity to start awakening to their limitless potential. So, if you think about it, if he's doing that, it takes one to know one, right? So, if he's doing all of this stuff, evidently he's definitely on top of it. So, I'm just bragging about the man because I like working side by side. He's one of the men here that I love working side by side with, and it's fabulous. So listen to our reading. So now you know we have men, just in case you be trying to be messed with us. You know, I go street on you. So anyway, you'll always recognize that when you listen to Horace. So right now, awakening to limitless potential. Horace is reading The Power Listen to the song called The Power of Now, because the power of now is going to get you connected to awakening to your limitless potential. Horace, make it do what it do.
Thank you, Reverend Rosedale. And again, I am honored to be on this platform this morning, and good morning again. And so as we continue with the theme that Reverend Rosedale is going to expound upon even further, there's a reading that I want to share with you this morning called A Day of Spiritual Independence. A Day of Spiritual Independence, authored by our own Reverend Rosedale Jones. So, with that, I want to share this with you. Numerous cultures celebrate an Independence Day, and with good reason. Many of us celebrate because it marks a moment to liberate ourselves from feelings of hardship, manipulation, and bondage. It's a day of empowerment where we assert our authenticity and strive for fairness, justice, and equality. But why limit ourselves to just one day? It's time for our own personal Independence Day, where we claim freedom and liberty from the limitations and obstacles, whether within or beyond us. This can be achieved through a daily practice of self-awareness and spiritual connection. It is through our inner work that we align ourselves with the infinite field of potential. We can truly feel our own Independence Day once we build the habit to practice every single day. Therefore, there is no need to limit ourselves to just one day of fairness, justice, and equality. In practice, each breath, each moment is a chance to claim our independence. It is a chance to live authentically, to pursue our passions fearlessly, and to contribute our unique gifts to the world. That's when we find ourselves living in the field of limitless potential. Never lose sight of the limitless potential that resides within you. Take time every day to celebrate your personal Independence Day with every step you take on this remarkable journey of self-awareness and empowerment. Go ahead, release your feelings of hardship and embrace the liberation that comes with recognizing your true essence. To recognize our limitless potential, we need to have spiritual practices in place every day to put ourselves into the field where this limitless potential resides, which is within us. Live every day in the spirit of Independence Day. So I want to leave you with this quote. The spirit of Independence Day is a perpetual reminder to break free from the shackles we used to allow to bind us. Let me read that again. The spirit of Independence Day is a perpetual reminder to break free from the shackles we used to allow to bind us. And that is from Reverend Rosedale Jones. And with that, I want to say, so it is, and thank you, and so mote it be. Ashe.
Beautiful. We're going to start with a short centering. So relax your eyes and let no distractions come in from anywhere for the moment. And then breathe in really deeply. And as you breathe in really deeply, let that exhale come out so slow and evenly that you hear those words echoing in your mind. The power of now is here now. The power of love is here now. When you hear those words and you sing those words, you are awakening to your limitless potential. Try it. several times. Get songs like that and just say it to yourself, especially that'll bring you right back into the center. Do you believe, first of all, what the song says when it says the power of you is here for you and me to create magic on earth? Those words tell me to give myself a permission to start awakening to my limitless potential that day, because some days we go to sleep on it. And what do they tell you? If you can get them to tell you something, it works. See, I love the part when it says, let the earth, because I'm big about the beautiful forests and trees and stuff. I mean, when I'm on a plane and we're coming down, I see the tree top. I just love that stuff. And so I like when it says, let the earth nurture you and take care of you. That's what I hear. Now, what did you hear? Or if you didn't really get the words of the song this time, maybe if you heard it for the first time, but I think I've played it before. But what makes your soul feel nurtured? How close are you to actually awaken to your limitless potential? Are you close? Well, you can try to figure it out, and it's your choice to do that. And I just have one more question to ask you about that is this: are you on track at least to discover how you can awaken to your limitless potential? So you can choose to incorporate spiritual practice to awaken to your limitless potential. Just remember that. Don't forget it. So wiggle your fingers and your toes and integrate that mind, body, and spirit. And as you allow your focus to come around you, stay cool. Don't get too distracted by the little things you see. But allow your eyes to float around your space and connect to something that's going to bring you back to this moment. It's very important. I know these words that I say a lot may sometimes hit, but let it really find something right now. Because if you practice this a lot, when we keep saying these things here at CSL Charlotte, you'll begin to say, wow, she's making sense. I'm finally hearing her. But let me take a gratitude moment and digress just for a second. And thank you so much, Horace. Like I said, I'm so grateful to be working side by side with you for the things you do for this community and how you keep us all afloat. And thank you, Mo, for giving us your prayer service, your service of prayer. It is powerful. And thank you also, Horace, again, because I looked at Hal Allen. What's he going to do, right? For your reading. It's just the reading that you read that I wrote, A Day of Spiritual Independence, is really, you're going to hear how it is all about awakening to our limitless potential. See, because this is what excites me. I'm so excited to say these words because it was years ago I would never have talked like this. I speak like this to everybody now. I say to people things like, I am a sparkling supernova. You know what a supernova is? But this supernova is spirit and strength. I love thinking of myself that way. And you know what a supernova is? It's a powerful thing for the galaxy. It outshines the sun. Matter of fact, when it does give that bright light, it's the sun could never get that bright. That's the supernova I'm talking about. That's the nature of me and this planet and all this beautiful nature that surrounds me. What about you? How bright is your light? How much do you radiate? I know me, I radiate confidence and passion. I have truly mastered this thing here, personal growth and transformation on my journey. But it doesn't mean I mastered it to the point that there's no more to get, but there's always more for me to get. So I turned it into this artistic creativity. And what it does is it just continues to flow through me and my being, because every day I'm on the world talking to people. When I say things like that, I'm actually awakening to my own limitless potential. Now, can you practice what I just practiced and start seeing yourself that way? Could you get in the mirror and start doing that more often? Because, see, this is the thing. The more I awaken, the higher I go. And there is no limit to the height that I can go. And when I say the term height, just realize that some people use height by the way they measure it, right? You can't measure height the way I measure it, and I can't measure it the way you can, but you can measure it the way you measure it. That's just a simple point. We're all different, but we're all one. So here's the truth about us. We are unstoppable forces of nature. And it's time for us to, I said that in the reading. It's time for us to start acting like it. No more selling ourselves short or imposing all these crazy restrictions on ourselves. We are the ones doing that. Once we say, oh, I can't do that because my credit is this, or I can't do that because my tire, or you have just imposed some limitations. 1 degree of success is one thing I want you to remember. We are everything when it comes to that, because surrender is our degree of success. That's a big degree. Surrender. When we sit to listen, that's what I mean by surrendering. When we sit to listen in the silence, we are unlimited and unstoppable. Believe it. Because you got to sit there and think about it. Well, right here where I sit, am I unlimited? Yes. Because there's nothing happening, nothing to harm me here. Am I unstoppable? Yes. Because I could sit here as long as I choose. There's nothing stopping me from being here. If we allow ourselves to be unlimited and unstoppable. You gotta take that time. You gotta take that silence. That's why I believe in that song when it says the power of you and me is here. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. That's why I believe it. Because I know for sure. Because I see what's happening in my life now. That's why I raise my power in the consciousness meetings every single Tuesday. Horace mentioned it. You know, we get together at 6 p.m. I constantly do it. I practice, practice, practice. But every week that everybody is out there to come, they are doing the same thing. It is my divine birthright to really recognize that it is always with me and will never leave me. And see, as I independently awaken in my life, what I start to recognize is that I stay open constantly to receive it. When I get into one of those conversations in myself, in the car and walking and working out or whatever I'm doing, I have to bring myself back, because I got to say, when I say independently doing stuff, it is what I have to do. And each and every one of us got to understand we're independent, but we are still one. There's a lot to be said about independence, though. I'm sure you noticed the first question in Horace's reading. He said, have you ever wondered why so many cultures around the world celebrate from some form of Independence Day? You know that. I'm not making this up. You can see every single week or month you hear, and this is national. Oh, this happens to be national. What is it called? Mental Health Month as well. Independence. Start paying attention. This happens to be LGBTQ month. This culture is taking their time. We have February, Black History Month. We had May last month, we had the Asian. So you know what? It doesn't matter. What if we believe in those limitations about ourselves and that we don't have these independence days to accept ourselves? Well, if we believe in the limitations, we're going to be very much open to accept those limitations, obstacles, and restrictions in your life that I've talked about in the reading. So Horace's reading, whatever I wrote, it said something to the effect that it's time for us to own our own personal Independence Day, where we get to claim freedom, liberty from our own, the ones we self-impose, limitations, obstacles, and restrictions that we have in our life. We did that. What I've learned to do, or what I do, is I use my power to have my Independence Day every day. What about you? I know I could have it every day. Can you create a spiritual practice to bring you to a feeling of today is my Independence Day? Can you do that? Because that's all you need to do. And here we go again, right? So today, let's think about this. We're going to dive deeper into self-confidence in each moment from this moment on. So every 60 seconds, tune your mind into yourself throughout this service about how is my confidence? Where is it? Just keep asking. And when you can remember that, you are awakening to your limitless potential even more. And what we're awakening to our limitless potential about at CSL Charlotte is the fact that we know we are spiritual beings having tons of human experiences, not just a. Because you see how many experiences we go through in one day. You got to count them all. See, all we got to do is engage in some spiritual practices. And that not only builds our confidence, but that also, remember I talked about something that really is awesome, holy audacity. It creates holy audacity. That's that super confidence that I talked about a couple of weeks ago. See, we strengthen our faith in the power within us, which moves with us. It doesn't move us, it moves with us. And it takes us through all our transformations and all our personal growth. And that's the beautiful thing about it, because it is limitless, the power within us. So that's why our limitless potential is always within us, just as nature is in us, because nature is us. And one limited potential is that we are one with that supernova I talked about. You know what? The supernova, what it does is it blows out in the sky every so often, different ones, because it gets to an end of a cycle. I don't want to get into the science with you with that. But anyway, you got to know how powerful our galaxy is. I'm just a nut for science. And I know that that's what controls us. See, within us lies this unlimitless, this limitless, not unlimitless, this limitless potential to pursue all of our magnitudes. We are so powerful. And the creativity that we have within us. And we also get to make our own manifestations, but we don't take the time enough to be in the silence. In other words, we have to understand that when we awaken to our limitless potential, there's nothing we can't achieve. Again, we are unstoppable and limitless. However, many times we fail to realize that we are the ones who accept those limitations, those obstacles, those restrictions, and we even accept hardships as if they were a normal way to live. Everybody thinks this is normal. But see, here's the thing. In order to awaken to your limitless potential, we need to include a daily spiritual practice in our lives as if that were normal. We haven't been treating that as normal. We act like it's a big deal because we have a spiritual practice. No, that's the normal way of life. It's like breath. It's like up there with oxygen. You need it to live. It's like a limitless potential that's born, bred, and lives within us, has its being within us. Every move we make, it is us. See, the spirit of Independence Day is a perpetual reminder for us, just like it said, like Horace's quote said, what we do is we break free from the shackles that we allowed to bind us. The spirit of Independence Day is here to help us to break free from the shackles that we allow ourselves to be bound by. Okay, I can say it in 3-4 different ways, but you got it. So every day presents an opportunity for us. And what we get to do is we get to declare our freedom and we get to tap into the limitless potential that resides in us. I'm telling you, it's there. I hear it in the middle of the night when I'm about to doze off and get into that NREM. Go, yes. Or I hear it when I'm coming out of that REM. And it's just certain voices or messages, or maybe the last part of a dream. It's still from the same place. I was last week, I was with a group of people, and oh, such beautiful people at that church down the street from here. But I just happened to be walking, and the lady said, "You want to come in for coffee?" And I don't drink coffee, but I said, "Sure." So I'm going to go in, and I love talking to people. It just says something about my light, lets people know it's okay to approach her. So it's all about, to me, is I am making sure that I'm incorporating my confidence and my certainty in all aspects of life. And when I do that, I am researching and I'm looking at people, I'm passing on my light and I'm looking for their light. That's a powerful practice, to look for somebody's light, especially somebody who I may not seem to think is very nice or polite at a particular point in the day. So I have to work sometimes to see the light. But it's nothing but a practice. I want to see their light too, because I already see mine shining. You know, I was looking at the other thing, what Jesus says about the light. I like getting into research Jesus's teachings, because see, Jesus was a teacher on this earth. Jesus was not some Lord or some Jesus. Some Christ. That's not even his name. They called him the Christ. His last name is not the Christ. Just saying, I'm not doing that either. I'm taking it out too far, but no. Listen to this one passage that I heard that really conveys a really sentiment message to me. He says, "You are the light of the world." Check it out. "You are a town built on a hill." How could you be missed? "Neither, you can't hide you. Neither do people light a candle and put it under a bowl." You can't do that. You can't do that to light. Impossible. You can't kick it out, right? It says, instead, it said they put it on top of a stand, the candle, the light. And then you know what it does? It illuminates everybody in the house. So it says, in the same way that we let our light shine before other people in the world and in front of people in the world, it says we should do that. Let your light shine so that people can see your good deeds through the glory of the Father in heaven. Now, let me just say, this passage is a fabulous metaphor, and it's encouraging us to recognize our own potential and uniqueness. The reason they used the Father and all of that stuff is that was the way they identified it with people back in the day. When you learn the truth, you start to relate it to that power as the universe, I look out there because my trees are out there, but you start to connect with the nature, See, I personally believe that that last sentence was talking about the power in you and me are here to collectively create power in the world. That's what I know we do in the consciousness meeting. Keep trying. That's exactly what we're doing. That's another reason that I feel so strongly about that consciousness meeting, because it's designed for everyone who attend to keep practicing until they get somewhere else in life. Try it. Just like a bright light cannot be hidden, people should not suppress their talents and their abilities. Instead, they should let their inner light shine brightly and let the world see them. I'm always shining my light in the world, talking to people, expressing my talents and abilities every day through something. I'm doing meditations for people. I'm doing a lot of weight training, but the meditations are bar none. They send me way out. So that's why I feel that supernova shining through my talents and abilities. I've not gone through a day in the last month or so where people have not said, I love it. I love you. I think you're just fantastic. And I had someone offer me to please come to Egypt because I would love for you. Whoa. I said, yeah, that's interesting, because now I've always had that dream and I'm saying, okay, what are you saying? This is me talking to me. I start expressing my true self. I practice seeing the bright light in other people, and gang, whammo, I start finding bright lights in me. I start looking at myself. You could do the same. You could start saying things to yourself and seeing through your own eyes how great you are, even if it means just telling yourself, that was a great job I did. Agree with them and stop saying, oh, I could have messed, I did that. No, don't do that. Stop buying it back. Once somebody sells you on how great you are, stop buying it back like you're nothing. Because it also means that you give yourself a compliment instead of waiting for other people to give you compliments. Because sometimes if you're waiting for other people to give you compliments, you would never let your confidence grow. Compliments, confidence is what I really meant. So don't rob yourself. Start learning to empower your own self. And you know what? I'm going to go to this, our last song, right? See, in essence, what I'm trying to say is here, we are honoring ourselves when we look at ourselves and say, wow, that was a great job I did. Or I really love what I did with so and so. I made her day. Why not? That's how you tap into your limitless possibilities. Potential is still the same. So, with that being said, whatever we believe has the power to limit us or throw obstacles right in our way to create a barrier. Because if we believe it, it's going to do it. So, got to understand that there are no barriers that can stop us but us. See, I wonder if you remember that song back in the day, Ain't No Stopping Us Now. The song is my anthem for my independent state. I'm getting more and more my act together every day. I stay on the move. A body that stays in motion tends to stay in motion. I do not let other people's negativity drag me down. Okay. But my light, that supernova, poof, and then that's all I got to do is think about that supernova. I heard the word supernova in my research and I did that. So I want you to just listen to this next song and think about how unstoppable you are in spirit. Did you notice the words that he started off with? He started off with, what did he start off with? There's been so many things that held us down. This is the beginning of your day of independence. But now, it looks like things are finally turning around. And we got a long way to go. I got a long way to go. But you know what? I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to keep going because it's never over until I say so. So that's what I'm talking about. So with that being said, with all these wonderful things, remember what he said. Don't you let nothing stand in your way. Because the barriers that we let get in here, we set them. When somebody throws something down here and you've told yourself, that's my blocker, you have just set that boundary for yourself. So ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Whoa, boy, between you and Horace, I don't know who to look at first this morning. That was fabulous. But Horace, that prayer just shut it down. And then you with the fabulous announcements and the keeping the energy going. That's just great. Keep our energy up there. So it's time to talk about the birthdays now. You know that I don't know your birthday, and you can do me a favor though. You can jot it down in the chat, or you can put it in the comments if you're on YouTube, and all of that works. So I'm really, must say, I'm really grateful for all of the people on YouTube that are stopping by, because I'm beginning to understand where some people are understanding to come and subscribe and get their email back. So it's really, really good. So it's all right. People are calling, people are getting involved, and when they get here, they get here. So I think it's fantastic. So I got my big time for my big gratitudes right now to come into back into what we're doing here, the platform here, my peeps, my folks. So first of all, we had our operations coordinator and masters of ceremony, Horace the Bush, and he was our reader. So he was the double doer. What double dipper today? No double dipping, he did it today. And thank you, Horace. I gotta give you those props. Love working beside you, man. It's fabulous. And for the opening and closing prayer from you, Mo. Always good. Set my cells up, got me nicely ready, and put me in orbit. So thank you again for reading that message, Horace. I just can't say enough, and thanks for that prayer. Okay, so Alan, your music is always on point, but your announcements are fun and upbeat. So I love it, love it, love it. So, and Melissa, thank you for the greeting and the spotlighting that you do. And I saw some of your messages come across. I thought, oh, I can't wait to read what she's written, because when Groovy's not here, you're probably doing the other stuff that's going on. So I really appreciate it. But also, I know you're chomping at the bits, Mo, to get those emails coming in so you can start getting your prayers out. I know. So anyway, thank you for that too. And Timmy P for always being here all the time, hovering over us, making sure that we come into a safe landing every Sunday. And that's what makes it good. And then when I look at our videos every single week and see how great they came out, and I said, there's no way we could have done it just like that. There's no way I could have done all of this myself. So just know that this team, I love you all. You are powerful people. You're so on point. So before our last song, consider this. Today was all about awakening to your limitless potential. But remember this for the week. You have had many years of so much stuff that you have been through, and so many people left so many scars on you, and you made your own scars and all of that stuff. You hid yourself behind yourself and all of that. Well, make no apology for being who you are anymore, because this last song is going to remind you that. Because don't worry about your scars, because other people have their own to deal with. Stop looking at theirs and comparing your scars with theirs. So before we close out, I want you to listen closely to this song without any apology and say, "This is me." And when you say "this is me," make sure you are awakening to your limitless potential. Let's hear that last song, "This Is Me." Yeah. You know all about it. You know all about it. She said, when the sharpest words gonna cut me down, I'm gonna send the floods, I'm gonna drown them out. I make no apology. This is me. Yes. So I'm going to say, "This is me." Okay, guys. Okay. Now, yeah. So the last thing we're going to do is Mo is going to pray us out. And thank you for this fabulous song. This is me. I just love that song. Go ahead, Mo, please.
All right. Once again, I am filled with gratitude for each and every one of us here and for that wonderful, uplifting message, Reverend Rosedale. You always hit the nail right on the head. And as we go out into the rest of our day here on this Sunday, I know that the message keeps us moving throughout the rest of the week also. We do so with that open heart, with that open mind, and look and see what is ours to do. So as we close out this time here today, I know that each and every one of us are blessed, that our lives unfold easily and smoothly throughout this upcoming week. I know that each and every one of us feel that message, love this amazing community, and are filled with joy, love, laughter, and open-heartedness every Sunday. I release, I let go, I let God, and call this service blessed, call each and every one of us divine as we go into our day. And please lock it in with me by simply saying and affirming for yourself, and so it is.
And so it is. Wow. Man, that was just something else. That was just all good. So, man, this is me. And also remember, what was the other song prior to that?
Ain't no stopping us now.
Ain't no stopping us now. Don't put those barriers there because you're the only one that's doing it, right? And don't forget, make sure as we close out today that you are awakening to your limitless potential. And remember, you just need a good spiritual practice to start awakening to your limitless potential. So remember, the universe is constantly supporting you on your journey. And all you got to do until we meet again is stay focused on how you need to start awakening to your limitless potential.